It's time for some smooth jazz. And Primal. Board game, solo board gaming with smooth jazz. You know, there's something nice about that. And there won't be smooth jazz all night once the song changes up. I'm getting off topic though. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Primal. We're in the middle of doing a custom expedition campaign. We're gonna continue today. Yesterday for me, the other video session, we destroyed a Zekalith at level 1. And today, we're going to put through its paces Zekalith. Oh, that's funny. These guys were back-to-back last time we were rolling, and now they're basically back-to-back. So, Zekalith, the other Zeka guy. Let's add his thing in here. A level 1. Now, I forget if this one was more threatening or less threatening or equally as threatening overall to his brother or sister. Oh my, we have more errors coming up. It's been a lot of errors lately on this thing. On the mod. Don't know what the errors are for. It probably means some card somewhere is errored. Let's put your standee here. Well, standee's in the fine location. These cards can go in the back. Let's make sure everything is loaded in advance. Alright, so he is Pulsating, Dissonance, and Fear. These are his 3 cards. He does the same thing as the other one. Vibration Shenanigans is the name of the proverbial game. Do you not have? Zekalith is unmarked on his board. Allow me to fix that. Oh, we did this before. How do you delete these? Then you click it again. Good enough. Okay, there you go. Now it's snap-worthy. So this guy is when we suffer attrition damage. If there are 4 counters or more in this card, we suffer ×2 attrition damage instead. He's constantly electrically surging. He is another lightning guy. He is weak to feather, metal, crystal, all things that we do not have. Yet another thunder guy, so yeah, another fight. We will not be getting new upgrades, but we're building up resources for whatever the next one is, assuming we completely cremate this guy like his brother. This one might have been the easier one. Active player may suffer damage to remove 2 counters from electric surge. Alright, we'll put these 3 here. I believe he has the same mechanical systems as his sibling. And then we want to make sure this is fine, that is fine, this is fine. Here. Okay, yeah, that was correct. Just making sure. That's all good, and since there were seemingly load errors, just checking these. Okay, looks good, looks good, looks good, looks great. Stances. Let's check the stances. We are level 1. Oh, he has less HP than his brother. He has a lot less HP than his brother. Or is he the same HP as his brother? I honestly forget now. Right, I can move these to the back anyway. It's 478. This guy is 4-7. Alright, so they're identical. They are identical. Zekalith. Don't need those anymore. Put you back in here. Alright, yeah. We'll make sure you are set up correctly. Yeah, he does the same exact thing with the vibration stuff. So the vibration marker's on 0, health on 10. I think we're randomly doing one of these, right? Alright, we'll do it in a minute. And you're at 4. 16 per wound until we hit 6. Wounds left. Is that everything that we needed? Yeah, I guess so. Should be ready to go. Let's see who wants to go first. Thorag wants to go first. He's already first. And let's see, that's so weird. The person who has it tends to be going first so far, I'm noticing. Evens or odds? Evens, alright. So this is Zekalith, the purple one. Evens, so we have 2 waters, Sirke, 2 rocks, and Baythanis. So 2 water, 2 rocks. It's like the opposite of his brother here. Baythanis, Sirke. He is not vulnerable in the front sector, but he is in the other 3. And yeah, we'll be happy to ignore water, because water is, well, water sucks in this game. It sucks for us. Water sucks hard. So, let's get shuffling here. Get ready for another exciting round of Primal. How are you all doing? I hope the day finds each of you well. Day finds me okay. I'm feeling a little on the tired side, though. I might not be as energetic. I might be more true to my actual self, perhaps. So I actually put on quite the persona for recording and streaming. At least I think I do. This is important for struggle removal. Guardian Blade, having a supportive turn could be really nice for Thorag's next turn. Tackle, sharp reflex, rapid blow. Don't let me down. Not you, but you know who. Oh, good. So, waiting game. We'll have to look at her hand in a second. Alright, we got blue this time. So, blue in hand, frost helm. Start of the turn, he's only gonna get 3 struggle instead of 4. Good start for us. It's like the only preemptive move we do, which is kind of payback for this card existing. Not that we can, you know, it's a totally fair card. It's just that it always activates at the beginning, because you can never sneak up on a monster or something. At least not an expedition mode. I don't know if monsters start with different facings and other game modes. Okay, looking at your hand. We have waiting game. I can reveal this and recycle any number of cards. Here's the thing. This is an excellent way of emptying my goddamn deck. ASAP. So I'm just gonna recycle 5 and activate this. We are going last this turn. I like this more. This is a hand. This is a turn 1 hand right here. Okay. As long as this guy doesn't do anything to ruin it for us. And you have good shit. I kind of want Surround now. Surround is one of my most important cards anymore. Okay, starting with this guy. Take it away, Thoreg. And by take it away, Thoreg, I mean take it away, monster. Right, so at the start of the round, place a counter on Electric Surge. When he escalates, he gets counters on this card. When the player suffers attrition damage, if there's 4 counters on this card, they suffer damage times 2 instead. That's a damage token. In phase 1, we may suffer damage to remove 2 counters from Electric Surge once per turn when we play a blue. And we get a random thingamabobber. Alright. When a player plays an aggro inner sequence, Zekalith gains 1 struggle. When a behavior card pulsating is revealed, increase the vibration level by 1. As for this card, Zekalith gains 3 struggle. The active player cannot draw cards from their deck until the end of the action phase this turn. That is super annoying. Do I want to cancel that? What are you doing with your turn, or can you just deal with it? Because I could cancel that. I'm just gonna stun. This is gonna be a literal FU stun turn. When the behavior is revealed... No, I'll just move on my turn. I can't draw cards, no one can assist me. This means I'm losing Rapid Blow. I think it's worth it. We're just gonna YOLO. If I don't want to lose Rapid Blow, we're just gonna become a threat and suffer damage on turn 1. If I cancel this, he doesn't gain 3 struggle though. And then I can become a threat anyway. I like that. I'm gonna actually cancel this card. And now I can assist him. We're gonna Rapid Blow that. Oh right, if I become a threat, this is a problem. I just didn't want him to gain struggle. What do you have? You has a Sea Star. We're going last. We have to keep accurate shot. I'll assist Thoreg with fair draw. Iron Blast, huh? Alright, so we'll move. So we don't become a threat. Alright, I'll assist after. We're gonna move first, then I'll assist. Gotta remember the turn order. Since we're getting hit, may as well go to the Bay Thanos terrain, because we are not blocking the attrition. This is aggro. Threat, tail, red. Guess it makes sense to block the red card. Could also block the east card. Or just let the east card happen. I have to learn what they are. We're gonna concussion. Concussion. dump my hand. Counter on Massive Blow. We stun the monster. We're gonna stun the red card. And remove a struggle for playing a blue card. We will pick, I guess, Darion, doesn't matter who. Should have assisted after, since I was gonna dump everything anyway. I needed a 2-pip card on that assist, but it's okay. We'll pick Darion. He does 4 damage. 4 damage, weapon damage. Up to 2 red cards get revealed on the stun. You guys know how this works by now. If you're watching this video series, we're so far in. I'm under the assumption that you probably know how to play the game. And if you don't know how to play the game, that's cool. You'll probably pick it up. It's not that complicated to play. It's really complicated to keep track of everything, though. That's the hard part. It's not messing up. Which, I'm still working on that. Anyway, that ends their turn. We got nothing else to do. Attrition check. There's a 1. We will suffer a damage with Glee and draw some cards here. This is not part of my hand size limit, so we get 6 instead of 5. Nice assist. Nice. Okay, we have the Wombo combo. Wombo combo plus knockout. Interesting. Alright. We're skipping her turn over. It's actually Leonar's because she goes last due to waiting game. So on Leonar's turn, Frost Armor exiles the top card of their deck. No choice on the matter. Then, right, hold up. Before he exiles this, I'll leave it out. And before I draw anything, I'm empty after the attrition step. The active player suffers damage unless they had defense in their sequence. Enhancement, remove 2 counters from Electric Surge. The active player suffers damage plus 1 instead of damage. He doesn't have 2 counters to remove, so I think he can't pay for this. Or he does pay for it, because the rules don't clarify on this. He likely does pay for this regardless of only having 1. And we suffer damage plus 1 anyway. So we're suffering 2 damage, that's fine. We can camp in the Baythanis terrain for a while. Are you unstoppable like the last guy? You're not, right? Okay, and this was not pulsating, this was fear. And the other thing I forgot is Zekalith is turning to face our boy. So, no one else is getting looked at. This is a 3, this is a 7, this is a 4. Okay, Leonar's turn now for real. We exile a card for a thing. We probably want to agility and push. I'm gonna drop coordinated attack as my movement card of choice, and we're gonna move into the front facing as well. And then I'm gonna push, which draws aggro towards us. We were the aggro player. I always forget to do that. Also, you know what else I forget to do? Switch to the master. I didn't see the card backs being weird. But yeah, we'll do push. We will do this. When we play an aggro, he gains that struggle back. Which is whatever. I'm gonna do it anyway. We'll draw 2. Alright, I'm going to agility and draw 2 more. Unfortunately, we didn't get another yellow. Okay, Rapid Dash comes back to us on the next turn, probably. Something wrong with this hand, except that I can't retaliate slow if he attacks people. We're gonna play a lot of aggro cards. I would like to cycle through my deck more. I'm going to use Shield Dance to play Drawn to Danger. We get to choose the order stuff happens in, and usually the monster stuff out-prioritizes us, so I think he gains a struggle due to pulsating, and then I can remove 2 with the blue card. Pretty sure that works. Since we remove 2 with the blue card. And then I will end my turn. We'll gain a stamina token. We do block attrition at 1. We discard down here. We draw up to 5. This is some good draws. There's a lot I can do on other people's turns. And we got the yellow-red ready to go. We actually have double yellow, double red next turn to catch up on what we missed on this turn. And then Zekalith stays facing left. Nothing is procced. It is Darion's turn. Alright, Darion is going to become a threat. And then the first thing we're going to do is use Sword Up now to Pressing Strike. Again, he's going to gain a struggle, but our blue will remove the struggle. Since we're playing an aggro card, we get to draw 2 here. So ideally, if I can play these 3 cards, this would be a really good turn for us. So I need an assist. Not from her. I don't want it from him. Have to sack Whirlwind. We're gonna gas Thoreg up so he has an amazing turn next turn. I don't want it from her because she's currently drawing 2. And I need this for acrobatics so we have an amazing turn. That means I do have to sack attack plan. It's worth it for Darion, so I will use attack plan. We will assist with attack plan. Currently, this is going to buff everybody's damage from any source by 1 times weapon level while that's face up. So that is a boon. Alright. Then we're going to play Jumping Slice here. This will do 5 damage because we stayed in the Sirike terrain. I forgot, by the way. How many cards did this guy play last time? I played Push, I played Agility, I played Surround. I didn't play Shield Dance for damage, right? I only played 3 cards? I hope I only played 3 cards. Push. Agility. Did I even agility? I don't know. I did drawn to danger. Because I'm not immune to water, so I gotta just keep an eye on that. Hopefully I didn't play 4 cards. I think I played 3 cards. I don't remember. I said I was tired, so I'm gonna be inattentive to some things. I'm gonna do my best, though. I'm going to do my best. Anyway, we're doing 5 damage with this jumping slice. We're taking aggro. And this is 6 damage. It's 4 plus 1 plus 1. We got 6 in there. Looking good. Looking nice and hot. We ignore this because he's still stunned. And then we'll do Wrath of Blood for an extra 6 damage. I'm gonna ping a life away to make it 9 damage. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this is a 5. We're at 15, 16. That is a wound with 3 carryover. So already down to 9. Yeah, I think we're good still. We get a counter on Relentless Assault. And then we're gonna pay Guardian Blade at the end of my action phase. Choose another player, draw 1 for each aggro in my sequence. Max 3, we have 4. Sadly, this is a max 3. Thoreg is getting gas here. That is the plan. I could gas Mira. She can take care of herself. We want to make sure Thoreg has a godly turn next turn. And ideally, Mira needs to not draw aggro, so we maximize this damage bonus throughout the next round. So I'm gonna have to think about holding back on the red card there. That ends their turn. We are a threat, so we draw 2 of these tokens. We got a 2 and a 1. We do suffer attrition damage of 1. And then I forgot, we played 3 extra aggro cards. He pulsated 3 times. The first aggro card got rid of the pulsate, but he's at 3. That was the downside of airplay. But it was definitely worth it, setting up for the next turn. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, now it's Mira's turn since she was on waiting game. At the start of our turn, we get to draw 2, because I get to sequence the order of start of turn effects. Then we can proc our bow, and we will gain 1 counter on it for the 1 red in hand. At the start of our turn, we're gonna move with Swift Detection. So I'm gonna move over to here. We draw a card. A deflection, not detection. My mistake. And we have heavy arrow and belly shot. This kind of sucks. Alright, I'm gonna go for emptying my deck in an unbelievable twist instead of going for fat damage. Well, acrobatics first. And then I'm gonna play targeted shot. And the next time I play blue this turn, I can draw 1. We draw 3 now for doing acrobatics, and then the blue, and we can immediately move without paying. I should have just stayed there and became a threat. We're gonna come back here onto the CRK. 1, 2, 3. Alright. We're trying to empty the deck here, so I'm going to... Quiver's gone, right? I already got rid of Quiver. It's really only 4 cards left. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh man, we got through the deck so fast. It's crazy. I don't want to empty my hand yet, just to do 3 chip damage. I want to evasion, draw 2. We're going to Bouncing Shot to play Lightning Escape. This will have me volley 2 when we discard Bouncing Shot. That's 2 aggro cards. This volley does 2 damage apiece because we have the guy's shield active currently. So we're at 7 damage. And then I'm going to get Refill the Quiver. We empty their deck. We already have Ultimate Shot on round 1, which is kind of insane. Then we're going to Refill the Quiver. And we're only going to choose erratic cards, not the whole deck. Alright. Because why refill the whole deck when we can just refill the red cards? And then we want to, yeah, I'm in water, but we have our frozen boots, so we can play 4 cards with her, in case anyone's hollering at me for that. I honestly really desperately want to play Heavy Arrow. Do I care if he loses this bonus? This next turn is gonna be pretty hype. But he still needs to set up before we get the really good GC vulnerables. We don't need the +1 damage. This is too good not to do, because this also empties my hand, and then this does an extra damage, and then this does an extra damage, because it's from any source. So every counter on this bow does an extra damage when attack plan is out. Holy crap! By any source. I didn't even realize that synergy that they have together. Attack plan is the greatest card ever. Because it's 1 damage for each counter discarded. These are all separate instances. Due to the way it's worded. Yo, I might need to come up with an attack plan strategy, because imagine I have my level 2 and 3 weapons. This is 3 damage per counter. I'm gonna need to find a way to stack counters. He didn't play any red cards last. We just concussioned, right? Yeah. Here's the thing, if I don't take aggro, I miss out on a little damage now. Darion gets to go first. This card gets recycled into this, which is then going to activate immediately, and then cycle into something else. Darion's going to be activating this red card regardless. I think I should just... It doesn't matter if I have the stun now or later, right? Let's do what must be done. Also, when I targeted shot, we removed the struggle. And he's gonna get it back when I play this heavy arrow. That's okay. I'm gonna heavy arrow. We'll pay 3. We'll empty our hand. So this does 6 extra damage. It does 4 plus 6 is 10. It does 11. It does 12. Because Sirike and attack plan. So 12 damage. This is too good to pass up on with all the other damage I'm about to do. So we get 12 damage. We're gonna draw 5 red cards here. Oh, fun times in Harpoo land. We take aggro. That's the most unfortunate thing with this idea. And we draw attrition. It is the 3. Good, we actually block the 3, so no attrition damage suffered. When I played that aggro card, Zekalith pulsated and gained struggle. And then I emptied my hand, so I deal 3 damage. You could rapid fire someone. Like, if they all assist me here and I could play more cards if I had space, we could do Thunder Armor multiple times in a turn. This does 4 damage. So 4 damage, return one of these into a 5, 5, 10, 15, 16. We got another wound in. He's at 8. We need to get to 6. I think we did everything correctly so far. And he has no counters on his cards yet. Yeah, that ends their turn. So we dodged attrition. And that ends the round. So at the end of the round, this does 1 damage, which is actually 2 damage because of the thing. So we get 2 more chip damage in there for the lightning bow, zapping the monster. And when I empty my deck, I deal 5 damage, which is actually 6 damage, thanks to attack plans. So we get an extra free 6 damage in there. I don't think I've seen my guys pop off quite that hard before. All that damage doing nothing, essentially. Boy, if only I had, like, I don't know, waiting game in my hand or something. What a hand this is. What do I even do next turn? Can't play Silent Arrow. Right, and that's the end of the round. So round 2. At the start of the... he turns this way. That's another reason not to turn him. So he's gonna gain 4 on his thing, but... At the start of the turn... I have no start of round effects, right? I think we're good. Will we consume any potions? No, I don't think so. No potions to be consumed. He's gonna do his behavior update. So he gains 4 strugs, this gets cycled, this enters the battlefield, this is gone. When this enters the battlefield, each player with an aggro in their hand becomes threatened to place a counter on Electric Surge. That's annoying, but what are you gonna do? He has to have some difficulty, right? Aggro in their hand. Thankfully, this is happening at the start of the turn. And there's no threaten thing. So this actually doesn't do anything. Because nobody's moved yet and we all have the opportunity to move. This guy does not have aggro. He's already threatened. And you become threatened. Right, so this didn't do a whole lot. Just gave him a free counter. Now the threatened card is here. Alright, it's Mira's turn. At the start of the turn, we have 5 aggro cards in play, although before that happens, this goes first. The first card the active player plays in their sequence this turn is considered to be blank. If the active player has any defense in their hand, they must play that card as the first card in their sequence this turn. Alright, so the first card I play is blank. I believe that includes color. Which also means it doesn't activate this. It's just a dead card. We want to move. I kind of wish he made me discard. Wait, at the start of my turn, we get a whopping 5 counters that unfortunately won't do 2 damage each. Unless I could skip his turn so we could do 10 damage. Right. If I skip his turn and don't do anything, oh, we get 10 damage. I'm not skipping his turn. I'm not skipping his turn. I need to remove some struggle. I didn't mean to clone so many of these. I only want enough for what I can reasonably expect. Oh, I forgot. At the start of my turn, I had to volley 2 of these away. Hold up. So at the start... No, I drew these at the end. At the start of my turn, I get the 5, and we suffer fatigue, and we volley 2 cards. Okay. Gotta remember ultimate shots volley. Too bad that volley didn't do anything. Alright, since my first card is blank, I can play this in my sequence because it's blank. I need to move though. So I guess I may as well just move with this card too. We're gonna move over to this side here. Can you be blinded? You can be blinded on both of these. Red cards don't aim. Alright, this aims, but it's blank. Shit. I can't play this because I'm aggro. And if I play this, the blank, it doesn't count as an aim card. I have my mastery. We can deadly shot here and blind the card that's giving him struggle. I did not flip this card over, right? No, that got eliminated. I just want to make sure I didn't forget pulsating. We have surprisingly not hit a pulsating card. Yeah, I'm gonna pay 3. Oh, I forgot. Does anyone want to assist me so I can deal with this? He does not. Well, these cost 0. I draw an extra card. I could assist with Heavy Clash. We'll assist with Heavy Clash. Fucking discordant echoes. Cool. Alright. We're gonna play, we're gonna play Cover Fire as a blank card. It doesn't do anything. And then we'll use Bouncing Shot to volley 2. So that's 2 damage, that's 4 damage, thanks to attack plan still being active. 2, 3, 4, that's 16 again. Get wrecked, nerd. 7. One more. Right, a rapid burst and this for deadly shot. This does +5 damage. 4 + 5 is 9. 10. We're not in Serious A, so only 10. Only 10 damage, he says. We empty our hand. We deal an additional 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another wound. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We'll just take these away. We got 1 carry over. We are already on stance 2 on round 2 against Zekalith. So, Zekalith gains 3 struggle. This is blinded too, so he's not going to gain struggle for the aggro card that I played, because we're going to blind that. Gains 3 struggle. If the vibration level is 2 or higher, all players suffer 1 damage. It is not. The vibration level has not gone up at all. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do need to manage that. Actually, if he unleashes, it's not a big deal. Okay, so I emptied my hand. We did this. We have that on top. Right, it's not gonna matter that this is on top. Excuse me. This happens. Zekalith gains 1 struggle. Place a counter on Electric Surge. The active player suffers damage for each card pulsating in the behavior discard pile. Then shuffle the behavior discard pile into the behavior deck. Interesting. It's 2 damage is kind of a lot damage, yo. I don't think our boy I have to do yellow red to remove struggle. If I don't cancel this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, he's at 11. I can remove basically not enough. But the thing is, he won't escalate. But I don't really care if he escalates. I'm gonna cancel this card, which means their buff is done. I'm gonna cancel this behavior. Now, how does the track work? Should probably know this by now, but I don't. Says when a card is revealed. So I believe this still increases even though we're canceling the effects of the card. So yeah, that's fine. And then red happened. So this happens. Threatened players suffer damage. Place a counter on Electric Surge. You son of a bitch. He got me with the double whammy. I should technically have looked at this with the red card so I knew which one to get rid of. But the fact that he threatened everybody means he just got everybody. She's not threatened though. She moved. I just didn't remove the threaten. Alright. When we suffer damage with him... I don't have my yellow in hand anymore, so that sucks. I'm not in the front sector either. Alright, we'll just suffer the damage on him. I have a resilience card in hand, so I will happily suffer the damage on him. You don't have resilience, right? What's happening here with you? He's got 50,000 cards over here, aka 8, 9 cards. You know, I don't see myself making very good use of Grace. What was the other green cards I got rid of? Like a Mighty Strain? I hate Mighty Strain. Perseverance. Evasive action sucks too. Strain tokens are just pure negative, and the cards that give them to you aren't even that good to warrant them giving you strain. You suffer damage too. Alright, so we took the damage. We got 2 counters on Electric Surge. He escalates. He gets, I didn't mean to flip that, but he gets another counter on Electric Surge. That's unfortunate for me. That's okay. Monster's fighting back. He's not just letting me beat his ass. Oh yeah, we're on 7, 14, 21, 28. It's amazing the difference. 4 to 7, right? Damage. 2 wound. When he escalated, I think he unleashed. Oh, he's got 11 on the escalate, and I gave him the 3rd counter. Yeah, oh, this is blinded. His vibration level did not increase by 1. Get wrecked. Okay, all that shit happened off of the red card, the red and the rampage. So that ends their turn. We drew a 1 for attrition, so we suffer an attrition damage. Don't think it's worth it to remove 1 struggle. We should honestly just let him unleash at this point. Because my next guy is skipping his turn too. Ya-dee-da. Ya-da-da-da. Ya-dee-da. Ya-da-dee-da-da-da-dee-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-dee-da. Da-da-da-da. I probably should have tapped this. Not using my helmet. Alright, Leonar's turn. Monster is not looking at me. I don't have to have a completely wasted turn. We do get an extra card back. Or I can exile another card to have options. Tell you what, I'm gonna exile another card to have options. Stamina Surge, eh? Alright, we heal 1 due to Thanos, which is nice. We're going to use Anticipate to move. So we're not a threat anymore. We're gonna move to the rock pile here. When we start our turn, before I move, this activates. Increase the stamina cost of all red the activator plays in your sequence this turn by 1 pulsating. Okay, still doesn't up his vibration because he's blinded. That's totally fine. I wasn't gonna play anything anyway. Alright, now we'll move up to the rock. And kind of a dud of a turn. Can't draw aggro my way. This one's gonna activate and then the rampage is gonna go again. I guess I could play Bulwark. I will, if I play this, it's a blue card. I believe the blue card is the, hey, don't don't play blue. Right, for Zekalith it was the same way. Don't play a blue card, yo. It sucks. Just be patient. Just be patient. We can be patient. This is gonna trigger... And this costs 3. Just be patient. Whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna end my turn. Just don't play the blue card. This turn kind of sucked. We didn't do anything. We draw 1. We're not a threat anymore, right? We do suffer attrition. That's fine. Nothing special happens with the attrition. I'm not going to use the rock up. Draw 3. There's my yellows. My beautiful yellows. And we'll just leave it at this for our guy. Okay. That was him. That was her. That was Leonore. Darion's turn. At the start of Darion's turn, we are in the flank sector, so this activates and then this activates. Each player that has an aggro on top of their discard pile suffers damage. Zekalith gains 1 struggle for each player that suffers damage this way. Alright, 1. Let's do the damage first. Alright, 1 person suffered damage. He gained 1 struggle, which means he unleashes. So, when he unleashes, we suffer another damage. We're not in front facing. We can't stop that. We suffer damage. When we suffer damage, we retaliate, reveal yellow-blue, and inflict slow. He will not be refilling his behavior slots for the rest of Darion's turn, which is pretty awesome. And then we suffer damage, and then he suffers damage for the unleash. Alright, so that's that card. And this one, threatened players suffer damage, place a counter on electric surge. We got 2 threatened players, so damage and damage. And now attrition does damage times 2 at the moment, instead of damage. So that's important to know. Alright, you're slow. No shit for you. So Darion, at the start of his turn, we're not quite critical, and I can't quite harm myself. Ow, I'm resilient as fuck. Hold up. I suffered damage for being a threat and damage for unleash. We get 2 more cards in hand, buddy. Hello, buddy. Hold up there. You're about to face the wrath of my ultimate play. Damn, I need that Wrath of Blood. Alright, Thoreg is about to go. We can set up a vulnerable for him. So we don't want to be a threat anymore that's causing us a lot of pain. We actually might want to heal. So we're going to use Counter Strike to move. Move over here. Actually, I'm not going to use Counter Strike to move. I am going to move over to the water, over by the Bay Thanos. We're going to use Evasive Step. Hold up. How many cards can I draw? I draw 2. Yeah, I'm not going to try to cheese a thing here. Let's just make Sledgehammer do a fuck ton of damage with Thoreg. So we'll drop Evasive Step to move. We move over to the Bayfanis zone. We're gonna play Battle Cry. This is 4 damage for our sword. No further buffs, just a respectable 4 damage. Turns that into a 5. We get Berserker activated. We will play Blind Rage for another 4 damage. Give me some tokens here. It's another 4 damage. We get to draw a card. When we flip Relentless Assault, we have mastered our Relentless Assault. Alright, I'm gonna use Aggressive Charge to pay for Counter Strike to increase the damage the next red card deals by 3. And I'm gonna use... Fuck, this is a double pipper. Alright, we're going to use Dragon Dash to pay for Counter Strike. Then we're going to use these 2 cards. This does 4 more damage. Quick attack. So one of these turns into a 5. And we're going to pay for Precise Strike, which costs 2. This deals 4 plus 3, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to ping myself to give it plus 3. So that's 10 and vulnerable. Alright, so 10 whole damages. We're at 23 of 28. Jesus, he has so much more HP on phase 2! So much more HP on phase 2. Blue card is a real pain in the ass too. I'm gonna tap my deck with Red Scale Helm. Wow, we actually got a card. Alright, we're gonna do 4 more damage since this costs 1 less thanks to Relentless Assault. Oh, yippee-ki-yay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5. This is 25, 6, 7, 1 off from a wound. It's pretty good. Pretty good turn. Pretty good. I think that ends their turn. We're not a threat anymore, we moved. Alright, it is a 2. So, when we suffer attrition damage with Darion here... Oh, I draw another card for playing Double Slash. When we suffer attrition damage with Darion, we actually suffer 2 damage because this fucking thing is loaded up. And that ends the turn. Alright. We draw 1, we suffer fatigue. Maybe I shouldn't have hurt myself, but I've got an Alamore. Nice resilience card. We did not get aggro there. So we are not turning the guy around at all. Now it is Thorreg's turn. So, in a funny twist, we kind of don't want to play Whirlwind, right? Because then the blue card activates. He's no longer slow. It's only for 1 turn. So this happens and fires. Each player with aggro in their hand becomes threatened. Place a counter on Electric Surge. He's already threatened. He's threatened. This is kind of an annoying card now that we know what it combos with. We're threatened. Everybody's threatened. I can't do anything about that. And then this happens. Alright, do we find out how devastatingly bad the blue card is? The start of my turn, my health is critical. I draw. I can activate the blue card, and then with this we can deny. I need to pay for knockout. We want to max this damage. Unfortunately, this only does 2 at the moment, so this would be 2, 4... If I pay for leverage like this, we get 4 more cards. I'm gonna pay for leverage first. We draw 4 cards as he has 4 struggle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I have an idea. Since we drew this, we deny the blue card from activating and just let the red card activate. Anybody have 2 reds in hand? Well, I do, actually. My guy has 2 reds. Me. Okay. We need to move to... Also, we healed 1. And I can choose to heal after I draw from critical, so that's fine. We still have our cards. So I'm thinking the play is Disruption, Knockout, Whirlwind, Sledgehammer. This will activate our mastery, so this is 4, 5, 6, 7. This can pay for knockout. Which means I actually do have 2 left to pay for, like, one of these instead of Disruption. So I could keep Disruption. And we can pay for Heavy Smash. And this would be good because I can pick myself. We'll have Sledgehammer and Disruption in hand for 2 reds, so we get the 8 damage. Right, we just need to move. All this drawing I did. Did I not choose? I guess I'm staying a threat. We're just gonna stay in the tail. Tail's vulnerable. We'll just not move. We'll just stay a threat this turn. This attrition damage is going to suck. Actually, I plan on getting rid of 2 of these with my blue card. Why are these like glued together? Okay, fixed. Alright, we will do that plan. So I'm gonna pay 2 for Heavy Smash. We will deal 4. You know what? My reds might cost extra because of this card that's coming up. We're gonna play Disruption because I'm gonna need the stamina pips. I forget what this red card does, but I think this is your reds cost more. No, that was the other thing. What does this red card do? I'm gonna heavy smash. We will deal 4 damage. We will place a counter on their helmet. Or on their Thunder Skull Shocker. We will, yeah, 4 damage, remove a struggle. That's it. It's 4 damage and a strug. 1, 2, 3, 4 turns this into a 5. That is over 28. This is 31. So 3. We deal a wound. We activate this card. Zekalith gains 1 struggle. Place a counter on Electric Surge. The active player suffers damage for each card pulsating in the behavior discard pile. Then shuffle the behavior discard pile into the behavior deck. 1, 2. Wow, we're gonna suffer a tremendous amount of damage. This is gonna hurt. I'm gonna hurt him, but he's gonna hurt Thoreg. This goes in the discard after it resolves, so I think this resolves first like that, right? And then this goes here. Still doesn't upgrade this because we've got him blocked. We're the aggro player now, by the way. I heard the sound that something went through, but it might have been the game audio. And this is at fucking 6, which ruins my plan. And I suffered 2 damage. Okay, that was that card. Then we play Knockout. 4 more damage. We stun the monster. We're gonna stun the blue card. So 4 more damage. That turns into a 5. We stun. I choose. I already put that there. I choose Thoreg. He has 2 red cards in hand. This flips over. Since we have 2 red cards in hand, we deal 4 damage for each. So there you go. Those 2 flip over. Then we play Whirlwind with Impunity. This deals 2 damage now. Removes a struggle. And now we bonk the beast. I didn't move my guy. If I moved my guy, I wouldn't keep Disruption in hand. Whoops. So that's okay. This is 4, 5, 6, 7 extra damage. So 4 and 7. That's 11. Vulnerable. It's 22. Then 15, 20. Oh, look at that. 22 exact. And then this should be 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 11 carryover. Another wound dealt to Zekalith. When I played the blue card, I want to sack an HP. Since his damage is still 1, to remove 2 counters off of this thing. I think we need to work on eliminating that. And we play 2 more red cards, so we have 2 more counters on the Skull Shock. I think that's their turn. We have aggro, right? Yeah, we have aggro now. So attrition, we get the 0, we get the 2. We only have 1 defense card, so we suffer 2 damage. Thankfully, he's only got 1 damage so far. And then he's gonna turn to face us, and that ends their turn. So yeah, Thoreg really sacrificed a lot for that. I think it'll be worth it in the end. We'll see. Now, unfortunately, the 2 is on top. So my Alamore potion is weaker. But during the... Oh yeah, at the end of the round, we get 5 extra damage for this bow. We're on round 3. It's pretty good damage overall. That's removed. This is removed. Oh, and this happens. The active player suffers damage unless they have defense in your sequence. Remove 2 counters from electricity. Okay. Thoreg goes down. At the end of the attrition step. Which means this guy would turn to Mira, because she's next in the order of becoming aggro when he is defeated. Unfortunately for me, these get removed. Because you lose all counters on your player board when you are KO'd. Worth it though, hopefully. We took a ton of damage there. Deplete the helmet, so we're down 5 HPs. And KO token. Alright. We get a wound. I do think we're going to want to pick him up to help finish this monster off, so let's set his deck up accordingly. Alright. That's his turn. And there's no way for me to protect him, because this guy was already facing Mira the whole time. So Thoreg's down. Thank God for boots in the water. Let me tell you. At the start of the turn, I have a waiting game. I'm going to activate waiting game again. So we are technically last, which means this guy is going to be first. He's next in order. We want to pick up Thoreg, right? Okay, he's gonna gain 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do this behavior refresh and then I'll do waiting game. Yeah, since we're going last and we're the aggro player, we actually can dodge these thanks to waiting game. I'm gonna cycle that. I'm gonna cycle... I'm gonna cycle my whole hand. Draw 5 new cards. That empties their deck, so we get 5 damage on the monster and do the ultimate shot. What else is in my hand? Let me just make sure. Yeah, we'll cycle the whole hand. I won't do the refill the quiver thing this round. That's fine. And then we go last no matter what. So, Leonor is going to activate first. And, this is round 3. Yeah, it was a glorious round 2. 2 rounds. This guy's over half dead. I think we can take it a bit slower on this round, right? I kind of want to get rid of his tokens. We're not activating our mastery here. At the start of our turn, we're going to pull in... Rapid Dash. So I might want to immolate. I'm just going to want to be supportive, I think. We'll get rid of this stuff and maybe pick up Thoreg. Okay, I'm gonna move. I'ma move over to here. Remember, you only have 3 cards you can play. We're no longer a threat now. So drawing cards always a great idea. Moving struggle always a nice idea. I'm gonna use this as a revive action on Thoreg. He'll be from red to white. Darion's gonna start in the tail unless I play an aggro card, so we may want to play Bulwark here. Bulwark, Immolate, Rapid Dash, right? Or if I want to give it a struggle, instead of Immolate for this turn, I think Undaunted Charge and Rapid Dash. Gets me one counter. Gets us to play stuff. And it's 2 blue cards. I'll be suffering 2 damage to get rid of his counters, so he's not doing 2 times damage. Also, he's gaining struggle again for aggro cards. I need to keep that in mind. Alright, let's do it. I'm actually discarding... This is like unheard of for me. I'm discarding Immolate to pay for another card instead of playing Immolate. We're gonna play Bulwark. We're gonna gain aggro off of Mira. We are going to give him a struggle, but then we'll take it away because we played a blue card and another one since we remove an extra. We're playing Bulwark. We're gonna pay 2. We'll do Undaunted Charge. Move 2 struggle. Too bad we don't have our mastery. This is a great song for a boss battler. Then I'll Rapid Dash. Third and final card. 4 damage. Yeah, 4 damage. So this turns into a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We need 3 more. And that's it. Let's get shuffled. Attrition phase. We hit the 0, which kind of sucks. 1, 2. Oh, right. When I played the blue card, of which I only played one of them, right? Yeah. When I played the blue card, I would suffer damage to burn 2 counters with electric dispersal. And then 3 will suffer fatigue. Alright, nice surround. That's good. That's good stuff. And we got 1 counter for doing a yellow red. Doubt it's relevant at this point. So we're already 3 rounds in on this fight. There's plenty of time to activate it, but he's gonna be dead by the time we get it going. His hand is not the best. Alright, monster turns to face us, and then it's Darion's turn. Darion will heal with Bathanis. We're at critical, so we draw an extra card. That's wonderful. And then, unfortunately... Oh, I did not want to do the front-facing card. Oh well, I fucked up. I'm an idiot. That's fine. See what happens here. Zekalith gains 3 struggles. Active player cannot draw cards from the deck until the end of the action phase this turn. Let me put my thing back. I can't draw cards. The first card the active player plays is considered to be blank. If I have any defense in my hand, I must play it as that first card in the sequence. This should really read, they must play a defense card instead of that card. Alright, he got 3 struggle back. He's such a bitch. And I can't draw cards. And then this activates. Each player with aggro in their hand becomes threatened. We're already threatened until we move. No aggro? He's got aggro. She does not have aggro, but she's still threatened until she moves. Counter on electric surge. Snap it, you. Alright, well, now that my turn is, like, completely fugged. Oh, I should have used thwart. I'm gonna say I used thwart because I wanted to. When he removed 2, it would have been 4, so 2 more of these are gone. And then he would have drew an extra card. That doesn't change anything, he still has the same hand. Alright, with that out of the way, I can't draw. I didn't suffer damage there during any of that, so... We're gonna revive Thorag, so he's up, and he'll get a turn this turn. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a pretty nice hand. And tenacity doesn't count towards the limit, so that's a really nice hand. You up here, you up here, you up here. Yes. That's a pretty nice hand, Thorag. And our new criticals, 3 HP. Yep. Since I revived Thorag, that means I'm staying in the Baythanis terrain. Right. I really don't want to do that, because then I activate 3 things. I think it's worth it. Fine, we're just gonna suffer the consequences. These would have happened before the revive action happens, so before he's picked up, before this is gone. Also, I didn't pay attention, but did you pulsate? He actually did. He's about to pulsate really hard. Yeah, he did not pulsate. Okay, just checking. Threatened players suffer damage. Place a counter on the thing. Each player that has aggro on top of their discard pile suffers damage. Zekalith gains 1 struggle for each player that suffers damage this way. And then increase the stamina cost of all the red the active player plays in their sequence this turn by 1. Alright. 2 pulsatings were revealed. This is fine, I don't care. Which one is this one? This is the tail. Each player has aggro on top of discard pile suffers damage. That's a no, that's a no, that's a no. Nobody suffered damage. He gained no struggle. So we weren't really that punished. And then threatened players suffer damage. That's the main thing, is that the threatened players suffer damage, and he's back at fucking 4 on electrical surge. Because everybody is threatened, except for Thorag, who's technically not even up yet. Alright, and then he gets another one of these when he escalates. And he gets one of these when he escalates. He's got the nasty blue out. Okay, then I would revive. He would draw his cards and stand up. I can't draw, but it doesn't say I can't search my deck for a card and add it to my hand. Thorag is standing and he has judgment. We can actually make use of judgment on this turn. While the resilience card is really good, I'm practically dying if I take more damage. I'll skip my turn. I'm gonna red scale helm my deck. Okay. Because this also says add to your hand, not draw card. We'll just skip our turn. We'll gain the stamina pip. We draw 2 of these bad boys. We got a 1, we got a 2. That's nice. We'll use judgment to prevent that attrition damage. And then I remove struggle equal to the attrition level, which is 2. So that'll be our turn for round 4. This is not an ideal hand. Especially since that attrition damage is going to do 2. Thorag's turn. We heal 1, but we're at our maximum. When we start the turn, this activates. Zekalith gains 3 struggle. The active player cannot draw a card. Didn't I already do this? Isn't this in discard? Did he get it back? He got it back. I see. My bad. Okay. Now I can't draw cards. Till the end of this action phase. Could you stop it, Zekalith? He slowed me down harshly on this round. I always forget what the red card does. I think I want to stun the blue card. She can sack some HP. This isn't once per turn, right? It is once per turn. Shit. So I need to do some token control. We need to get, like, back under control. Or I can just let her activate the blue card by itself. I'm gonna move with sharp reflexes. We're gonna move to this terrain piece. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take the rock terrain piece. Yada 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 yada. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Do I attack here? And stun the blue. Reveal the red. Yes. Yes. Just do it, man. Disruption. We'll take aggro. Oh, wait. If I take aggro, who's activating next? Mira, which is going to be a flank. Alright, you know what? I might hold back this turn. This whole round's kind of fudged. Seer 1, 2. Look, the monster's in such a damn precarious position at the moment. I didn't tap my helmet yet, right? We're gonna tap the helmet and hope for a red card. Fuck. Not that I could draw cards anyway this turn. Ah. What do you do on a turn like this? Let's be patient. It's only round 3. We can skip a fucking round. I'm gonna pass the turn. We're gonna gain a stamina pip. Suffer attrition, it's a 3. We're gonna use the rock to prevent the attrition damage, and then wound gets discarded immediately. Zekalith. It's useful. That stealth is handy. And since the monster doesn't turn, flank won't activate. Mira is going, she's the last to go. I can give a blue stealth here, if that's the plan, which it is. We don't want to become threatened, so I have to move. We'll move with... Hold up. First we're going to suffer fatigue. Because at the start of our turn, we can volley 2. Alright, we deal 1 damage. That's 26. Okay. Then we're gonna move. With swift deflection, we get 0 charges on lightning bow. That's whatever. We're gonna move over to here. We draw a card. Alright. We're going to play acrobatics. Nothing happens. Then we're going to use tackle to give stealth and reduce the stamina cost of accurate shot. So we'll play accurate shot. This is going to remove 1 struggle. Set up aim, I guess. Do I want to draw additional cards? Nah, this works. We're gonna sack a health to get rid of 2 counters. Alright, and then we're not going to empty our hand this turn. We're going to end the turn. We only suffer 1 attrition damage or no defense, so we will do that. When the turn, we'll get a stamina pip. We do suffer the damage. Draw. And that is the end of this round. So, round 4. Zekalith. That was a good fighting. We're a little bit in a pinch here. At the consume step, I'm going to drink this Alamore. We will heal 4 on Darion. I'm gonna hold off on any other potions for any other character. And then 1, 2, 3. Leonor is in the front with surround, or with a blue and the helmet, so he only gains 3 struggle instead of 4. And this gets cycled out with the rampage card. Okay. We didn't gain aggro, right? So it is Leonor's turn. Leonor heals 1. At the start, we also mill or draw 1. I'm gonna choose to mill a card. Alright, so next turn we'll have that. I will use Feint to move. We're gonna move into... what is this? Flank? And Daryon is next. Flank or threat. So I can't stop that from activating on Daryon. We're gonna move down here. We draw a card for Fate. We only have one counter. Should we go for a second counter? Yellow-red means this stuff activates on us. Surround is a much more intelligent play. That removes 4 struggle. And I can get rid of 2 more counters by using an HP. Alright, I'm gonna use this to pay for push. We will remove a struggle, we will lose a life to get rid of 2 of these counters, and we will draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Cool. Then I'm going to balls in here. There's 2 2s and the rest are 1s, so I want at least 1 defense. I'm going to play surround. We want to play this. We're going to play surround with agility. And we'll remove 3 struggle for the 3 occupied sectors plus 1 for blue. So 4 struggle gone. Then I'm going to play tactical evade, and we can draw this back, honestly. Yeah, free tactical evade. How bad do I want him to draw a card? Pretty bad, and I may as well not pay health for it. I could get a stamina pip. Activating these on my turn would be smarter, in my opinion. And then this won't activate. This will, though. Alright, I'm gonna coordinated attack. So there's gonna be 4 damage, which I think is enough to rock you, right? What are you at? 25, 6, 7, 8. So 2 gets carried over. Rest of that's gone. We have another wound. Red card, rampage card. Zekalith gains 1 struggle. Place a counter on electric surge. Activate source damage for each card with pulsating. Right, he's not pulsating anymore, but we're still gonna suffer some damage, so what we got here? He has no pulsating cards in the discard pile, because this doesn't go to the discard pile before it resolves, so we don't suffer damage. He gained a struggle. He got his counter, which I added, and this goes on here. Okay, threatened players suffer damage, which we're not threatened anymore. We moved, she moved on the last turn. Daryon is the only one who's a threat. He hasn't moved yet. So Daryon suffers a damage, which puts him back in the critical range. Might be a blessing in disguise. And then this has 3 counters again. Oh god, it's back at 4. It just doesn't stop with Zekalith. Each player of aggro in their hand becomes threatened and place a counter of the electric surge. No, man, no. I'm trying to manage this. Alright, I don't have aggro. She does. Now you're threatened. He does. He's already threatened, and we are also threatened now. Yeebus, man, Yeebus. Can't you just leave us alone, Zekalith? You're such a pain in the ass. Alright, end of the round. He turns to face our guy. We draw 2 of these, 1 of those. We got a 1. We do block the 1. Hip hip hooray. Also, a player to draw a card. Very on. Alright, we cleared the way for Darion. I don't remember what this does, but if we draw the block card, the behavior blocker, we might be able to... Yes, we did get it. So we can make sure Darion doesn't get screwed. Zekalith turns, yeah, and then Darion goes. So, when Darion activates, this activates. Each player has aggro on top of the discard pile, suffers damage. Zekalith gains 1 struggle for each player that suffers damage this way. No, yes. When I suffer damage, I will retaliate with a blue-yellow and inflict slow. For Darion's turn. I love slow. Slow is good. This is a yes. We can take the damage. We'll go back to 5, and that's a no. So he gains 2 more struggle. I forgot to do this. Hold up. This matters. Pulsating's out. He's got a new thing happening here. Also, when I played an aggro card, he gained another struggle for the pulsating. Okay. Fear. When the behavior card with fear is revealed, increase level by 1, then the aggro player must recycle all blue in their hand. No problem. Ah, this doesn't refill yet. He's slow. Screw you, buddy. Alright, Darion, at the start of the turn, we draw a card for critical health, and then we heal 1 for base Thanos. Oh, yes. It's go time, baby. Alright, we're gonna move. I can't hit him in the face. We're gonna move up by Thoreg. We don't need react. I almost never use reactive guard. I almost never use his other yellow card too, because he just doesn't need it. He just wants to play red cards. I just want to play red cards. We're about to do a lot of damage to our little friend here. We're gonna use Swift Dodge to pay for. Let me make sure I'm not being a dumbass. No, I'm not. We're gonna use that to pay for evasive step. I should have drawn a card first. With my helmet. Alright, search for a red, we add to our hand, we reshuffle the deck. I'm gonna tap my helmet now. Oh, buddy, that's not the one I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems good. Alright, Battle Cry. With Berserker, this deals 4 damage, this deals 5 damage. Because it's, we're not in Series A. We're not yellow, we're red. Calm down, me. 4 damage, still good, but you know, just not as good as you would like it to be. Let's add the 4 now, and then I'll start flipping tokens. We're about to play a bunch of red cards. Alright, we'll pay 2 for Pre-Slice Strike. Remember, it costs 1 less because of Relentless Assault. So this is 4 more damage, vulnerable. Oh, you guys know where this is going. 4 damage turns down to a 5. Once that's done, disruption. We will stun this card. Who's next? Thoreg is gonna get the tail card, which means his reds cost 1 more. I think I can live with that. Let's deny the attrition card. We're gonna pick Mira because she's in a Circe doesn't help her here. Never mind. We'll pick Mira. It does 4 damage each. It doesn't matter who we pick for the stun. Does 8 damage no matter what. 2 reds revealed. Yeah, we draw a card. Oh, baby, yes, I'm gonna gotcha all over the place. Oh man, it's happening. It's happening. He's doing the thing that he does best, guys. He's doing the thing that he does best. We're gonna play Blind Rage and increase our sequence limit by 1 this turn and deal another 4 damage. Oh, baby. And then we're gonna play Jumping Slice and deal another 4 damage. Oh, baby. And now for the real moneymaker. Wrath of Blood, the 6 card, thanks to Blood Rage. We're in critical. So this deals 4 and 5 is 9, 10, 11, 12. Unfortunately, I can't buff it further. 24 damage. 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, well, 24 would turn this into 5, but I'm gonna want some 1s, right? Alright, and that's 25, 6, 7, 8. So that's a wound. 22 carries over. He's on stance 3. If the vibration level is 2 or higher, all players suffer 1 damage. He does 2 damage now, which means he does 4 on attrition. He hurts. He hurts, but I think we're in YOLO kill mode. And then 8 times 4 is what, 32 or whatever. Quick maths. You just add 4 to the number, right? We're working in fourths, so you just add 4 to the previous number. It's not that complicated yet. Alright, that was a glorious turn. We die to attrition. And there's nothing I can do about that. We just died to attrition. So how much HP's he got left? 32 plus 32 minus 22. 10. He's got 42 HP's left. I wish I could assist my boy over there. But whatever. We already drew the 0. I played a defense card. We get a 1, we're alright. It's a 2. Ah! Zekalith had to kill me. That's 4 damage because he's got 4 tokens on this fucking status effect thing. You're such a son of a bitch. I know that he just laid the smackdown on you. He sliced you and diced you all up, but come on, bruh. I think we're in a situation where we're going to end up killing him. I'm just going to leave that on the top of the deck. Deplete helmet, KO token. Stamina is gone. I forgot I even had a stamina token, honestly. Alright, that's his turn. He did draw aggro when he played his card. The Wrath of Blood or whatever, which means Thorag gets aggro. This guy turns to Thorag at the end of the round, and this is gone. this happens. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this activates too. So, Zekalith gains 3 struggle. Active player cannot draw cards from the deck until the action phase is done. You're a bitch. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's about to unleash for 2 damage on everyone. I may as well just res Darion once. So I don't think we're gonna kill him in this round. If I become a threat, this activates. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Also, what was this card? Dissonance? Make sure it wasn't Fear. 2 damage isn't the worst, it's not gonna kill us. It doesn't get buffed by this because it's only attrition. I'll stay a threat. Increase the stamina cost of all red. Yeah, this isn't so bad. And that's a pulsator. Okay. What we're gonna do is revive my boy who's on the ground. So he is at white. And then we are going to play Tenacity. That's it. We draw 2 of these. It's a 1 and a 1. We block the damage of attrition. We draw. Alright, this is nice. Well, maybe I can kill him on the next turn now. This gets cycled out. Mira's turn. So when the Mira activates here, our start of turn volley. 1 damage. 1 damage. Yeah, chip damage. Yeah, I probably should have assisted Thorag. I'm gonna say I assisted Thorag at the end. This does 2 things. 1, he would have had a card in hand. He would have had 2 cards in hand. So we get the stamina pip, which we already had. But mostly I want to draw 2 cards after I volley. We would have had to draw first before we volley. So these are actually in my hand. We would have to draw first, then we volley. So we actually got 1 more damage in. Sorry about the fixing, but yeah, I meant to use that to draw. And then we would get 1 counter on our bow for having a red card in hand. I think we want to gonna move via bouncing shot over to there. We will volley 2. 1 more damage. So that's another 5. We're at 25. 3 cards left. Quiver is in here, right? We don't want to activate the blue card. We know it's really, really disgustingly not worth. I can deny. He's gonna unleash. He's gonna do 2 damage regardless of what we do. The only reason why I'd want to play a blue is to take a hit. If I take a hit to reduce the thing, we're dead to the unleash. So I actually can't afford to do that either. As much as I want to backflip, I think I just play this. We can blind electric surge, not that it matters. How did this flip upside down? This card's actually not different on the hard mode side. I wonder if that's a mistake or not. Don't they usually... Yeah, this becomes worse. This is all attack cards instead of blue. Is this one really identical? Interesting. Could be another mistake. I'd have to look into this. Make a note for myself to do that. Look into Zekalith, peril card at level 3. Alright. I take inventory. I think we keep this in hand and this in hand. We deadly shot, we draw the full, we can wait in game to refill the deck of reds. Well, waiting game's gonna cycle everything. But I could just cycle for a whole new hand and try to get as aggressive of a hand as possible. He's gonna lose the blue card, he has an unknown card coming in, he's gonna be facing whoever aggro player is. We get a heal. Everyone takes 2. I think that's fine. That works out. So we'll do it. We'll pay 3 for deadly shot. This gives us aggro. We inflict 5 and 4, so that's 9. Oh yeah. Instead of waiting game, what if I just deal the extra 3 damage? So this is 9. Nine, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 1, 2. That's a wound. It's got 30 HP left. If I empty my hand, we have the best possible odds of killing him because this is 3, this is 4. Free damage. We get however many reds we get back. Now, my problem is I can't empty my hand. I have to play this, and that's a misplay to play. We'll just end the turn. We will end the turn, we'll end the round. Attrition check. It's a 2. We do block the 2. We moved, we shouldn't be threatened. We blocked the 2. We played an aggro card, he'll turn to face us at the end of the attrition phase, and then that ends their turn. 2. We empty the deck, so we deal 5 damage for our thing. This goes here. Start of the next round. I will activate waiting game and recycle. Oh, I can't do that, since then I die. I actually just have to not wait in game. I can't suffer fatigue. Is the thing. I can't do it until after he unleashes and I take my turn, right? And then we can choose to do Baythanis and then do our volley. So I actually have to wait to heal one so we don't die. And we just gotta roll with what we got. Alright, whatever. Yeah, no one's gonna drink a potion. We should be fine. So he's gonna unleash. He deals 2 damage when he unleashes. To everybody. So 1, 2. 1, 2. I got a phone call. Hold up, I gotta answer that. I will be back in a little bit. Sorry about that. Alright, that was my mother. She's on her way back home from her eye doctor appointment. I'm gonna assist her a little bit when she actually gets home in 5 minutes or so. I don't know if I'll finish this in time, and then there's post stuff to do anyway, so there'll be a bit of a break. Try to be quick. As for right now, she suffered damage, he suffered damage, he suffered damage. Any of you happen to have a resilience, say? That's behavior card effect. Alright, when we suffer damage, is it worth it for me to counterattack or no? Yeah, I'd say so. We're a counterattack because that's 3 more damage towards my goal. It's actually 4 more damage towards my goal. That's what our weapon does, right? It's 3 times weapon level. Never mind. We'll counterattack. This gets recycled. He escalates. And we got a 5th counter. Okay. Mira starts the turn. This goes first. So my first card is blank. If I have any defense in my hand, I have to play it as the first card in my sequence. I forgot to do the second part of this with the other person. We're gonna shield block this card to ignore it. Threatened players suffer damage, which is only him. So he suffers 2 damage. And he gets another counter on Electric Surge. That's fine. Unfortunately, blue's back on top. So, Mira's turn. She draws. We're going to heal 1. Then we're going to do our volley. Wait, we were player 1. 1 damage, 2 damage. 1, 2. And then that's 5 right here. So that's 12 out of 32. We need 20 more deeps. We're gonna move with our token. We got 1 counter for having a red card on our bow. Oh yeah, our bow. We did 1 damage last turn. At the end of the round. Now we have 1 more counter. We're gonna move to the K. Right, and we suffered fatigue. I guess I just want to empty my hand, but now I can't. Probably. I'm gonna pay 2 for evasion. To draw 2. You feel the quiver doesn't do anything right now. Can't silent arrow either. Hand is just super bad. Well, Can I empty my hand somehow? I can't, right? I'm gonna use bouncing shot to refill the quiver. First we're going to volley 2, then I'm gonna put all the red cards back into the deck. Shuffle. Then I'm gonna play waiting game. And then we end the turn. We're gonna get a stamina token back. Unfortunately, there's nothing else I can do here. Alright, we block that. This happens. This is a fear. The active player suffers damage unless they have defense in their sequence. Remove 2 counters from electric surge. Active player suffers damage +1 instead of damage. So thankfully, that still fires even though the top part isn't working. So cool. I mean, it doesn't really help me at all. Alright. Leonor goes... at the start of her turn, I'm gonna get attack plan back. Hold up. She's gonna draw 3. Wow. Where were those cards previously? Alright, am I emulating here and just playing a bunch of defense? Is that the plan for Leonor? We're gonna move, we're gonna anticipate, we're gonna come over here. I'm going to assist. Should I assist Thoreg? I should assist Thoreg. He can actually kill the monster. I'm not gonna assist him. You're on your own, brother. You're on your own. Alright, we're going to immolate. Only have Thoreg draw a card. We're gonna play attack plan. And hope we don't hit the 3. Otherwise we die. Well, I have a chance of not dying, I guess. Okay. We're good on the attrition. None of this procced because we're not a threat. We didn't start in the side or whatever. We didn't take aggro. Attack plan is on top of the deck. So, we got the +1 damage. Give me a second, I gotta check. Yeah. I'll be back. I will be back. Let me go help my mother. Let's zoom out for you guys. Okay, sorry for the delay. I'm back. She did bring some food. I'm gonna be real, I'm snacking a bit. But we're gonna wrap this up before I snack too hard, right? If I'm not mistaken, Leonard did his thing. Darion goes. He stands up and passes his turn. Alright, Win gets discarded immediately. Oh, I didn't shuffle. Right. I wasn't sure if he was going to be revived or not, but he is, so... I think we might need him. It's a very passive hand, though. It does have an assist, which is pretty important. So I'm trying to kill with Thorike here. Darion gets up. He doesn't count as on the board at first. I don't think this activates on Darion's turn, but Thorike gets up and then it activates on Thorike's turn. To increase the stamina cost of all red, the active player plays this turn. If I might, we're gonna want a rapid blow and cancel that behavior. And then this happens. Each player with aggro in their hand becomes threatened. Place a counter on electric surge. We're already threatened. Darion is not threatened. He's threatened. He's threatened. Not a big deal. And then this goes here. So, red card. How much damage do I need? We have 10 until 13. So, 21 damage. If we have vulnerable and knockout, we deal a lot of extra damage. So, we're going to start by assisting. I can't assist yet. We're going to move with the blood pip. So we'll move into Bay Thanos. We do boots, so we don't care about the water. Did I fuck up with Lionar again? I only played 3 cards, right? Pretty sure. I've got to pay mine to him. Dangerous. We're gonna assist. So we draw a card. We're going to assist with her. We draw another card. And then we're going to assist with not him. Because I want the +1 damage. I'm going to tap the red scale helmet. Alright, that's fine. We started at critical HP. This is actually also in my hand. It should have been this at critical and then assist. So red scale helmet gets that. Alright. I'm pretty sure 3 plus 2. We actually... Mira can do this stuff. We don't need Sledgehammer, so Sledgehammer can pay for this. Alright. Well, Iron Blast. This deals 2 extra damage, so 6 damage total. We get a counter on my hammer. We inflict vulnerable on the monster. 6 damage, 5, 6. Alright, this flips. Zekalith gains 1 struggle. Place a counter on electric surge. The active player suffers damage for each card pulsating in the discard pile, which is 1. Oh, I see how this works. I've been playing this wrong. So this would be, if there were 2 of them in here, it'd be 4 damage. That's gonna kill us if we suffer this damage here. Am I in the front? I am not in the front. If I can taunt at any time during the action phase, I would have to taunt then. We could taunt with this so that we're in the front. He would get an extra card. We would get aggro. You would not be aggro. And then when this thing deals damage to him, we would bulwark to prevent the damage. So we won't have this bonus, but he won't die. And then we draw a card, we fatigue. And then he draws a card, which, you know, probably just helps him out. I think we can do that, because it's our action phase. We can assist in taunt and whatnot. Before we resolve these abilities. Eat more french fries here. Alright. So, we'll prevent the damage. This goes here. I'm not gonna let you delay the game. I would kill him with Mira next if I couldn't do this, but with that done, I guess we just sledgehammer. I used that to pay for the thing. I didn't think I was gonna draw this many more cards. Stick to the plan. We'll just knock out. I'll pay we'll pay 2 like this for knockout. So this does 4 damage. We stun the monster. We have another counter on our hammer. 4 times 2. If I did 8, and Mira has 2 red cards to reveal, so she does 8. Is that lethal to this guy? That's 8. That's 16. Yeah, that kills him. So we'll do that. I'll just use the vulnerable up. We deal 16 damage. Zekalith will die. Doesn't have a marker here on this thing. Let's add one. So we're gonna see him 2 more times over. There you go. You're at 0, Zekalith. Okay, I should have memorized this card more. Didn't realize it was gonna take him out. If he died, like, it's not a big deal. The round would end at the start of the round. This gets cycled. He gets... he would get 4 of these. Probably because the taunt would hypothetically not work. I think it does, but if it doesn't work, he would do that. We would just juice up her hand. And then, it depends on the charge. But I think just playing this, like, all I played was Deadly Shot for not moving as long as he's not facing us. We can move with this. That would be enough to kill him. Because then we empty our hand, we deal an extra 3. This is going to be 4 at the end of the round. Daryon was back up and ready to go. This guy could also finish the job. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it too much. So I've got food here, right? I've got food, which means I'm a bit more hurried than I would typically be. I still would like to clean up if we can. We never got Shield Master going with how we played in this one. Alright. Yada 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 yada. Take out the wound card. Flip that, flip this, go to 11. Not too bad of a fight. I do think Zekalith is easier than Zekalith. I felt that way the first time around at level 0, and I still feel that way. He's just not as annoying. Turn 4, he had a real cute setup where we actually had to stop our momentum, which is great. You know, it's good when the monster is like on a roll to deny the player a little bit. I was impressed. None of the other monsters really thwarted what we were doing quite that hard. At least in the past a while, they haven't. Anyway. Wasn't enough for him to kill us. I have to check the backside of these cards to make sure they're good to go for the level 3 encounter with this guy. Sword, 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 and then circle. Circle is eliminated. Put those back, put these back, put this back, put this back, and this back, and him back, and this delete, and this back. What is he? He's lightning element, right? There's 2 lightning guys. Alright, lightning element. I'll do rewards and then I will depart. I would do rewards at the start of the next session, but we'll just do them now. Subtract one of these. Put him away. Nice and cleaned up. I want my burger, yo. I have a nice burger waiting for me. Alright, Zekalith. Level 1. You'll have another 2 chances, possibly 3. He doesn't have nightmares. Another 2 chances against us. Possibly more. So, I have learned about something, which I think I forgot to mention it. There have been challenge, the developers have released challenge fights. Not the nightmare fights, but straight up extra challenge fights on a Kickstarter or something. My friend told me about it. At the end of the campaign, once we make it through the nightmare monsters, if I can beat them, we'll try the challenge fights too. Anyway, this is for a point. He needed a 5, so we get our next card pack. We have 6. 6 is double, or 2. We have 2. 2 is double the 1 it costs for the first pack, so now we're going down to 0, and now we need 4. We double that number for the next pack, but we have his pack. I'll get it in a second. No one else got theirs, so they have an easier time next time. I'm excited for the card pack. We'll get it right now. So I believe Thoreg is working on C, the only C guy. Track C. So we have now unlocked Track C. So I'm just gonna delete this bag, because we don't need it anymore. So we have obtained Dragon Tamer. When you reduce the monster to 0 struggle, place a counter on this card. When a behavior card is revealed and the monster has player struggle or less, so 4 or less, you may immediately place your miniature on the behavior card. If you do, cancel the effects of that card and perform a riding check once per round. This is super cool, and I am gonna roll with it. I do remember I wanted this. So, while Massive Blow works for stun, we almost never do blue, red, red. We do it sometimes. I think our weapon will replace Massive Blow quite nicely, though. With this in mind, we need to get the monster to 0, struggle to, The thing with this card, it says when you reduce the monster to 0. So we're gonna have to play Thoreg differently at the start of the game. Because he has to remove the struggle. Sorry, I wanted to eat more. We can always swap back the Massive Blow if I like it better. And we'll have more masteries to check out later. In the meantime, we have Thunderous Voice. Remove 1 struggle. If you're the aggro player, remove 2 instead. A great addition. And then Confrontation. Remove 1 struggle. If you're the aggro player, remove 2 instead. Another great addition to his deck. I believe, as far as the red cards go, since I want to remove struggle more often, this is more cost efficient. It's a double pipper. I want the vulnerable. I want Sledgehammer, I want Knockout. Honestly, I want all those red cards. This is a tough replace. This also has Taunt on it. We're gonna have to sack something. We're gonna have to sack the double pipper and the card draw. I almost never get to draw 2 with this. And it costs 2. So this is easier to play. As for the yellow card, Tackle's really good. I don't feel like I need Enrage. I don't really need Decisive Effort. It could come in clutch. I'd probably rather have Enrage than Decisive Effort, in all honesty. We don't need that +3 damage on him. Because now he's a bit more struggle control. And I like that a lot. Alright, let's wrap up our rewards so I can go here. Damn, that sucks. We get 2 for green. And 1 for red. We got Zima. Kobaro. Kobareo. Ride for Darion. Alright. Next. Elements. 2 for green. 2 for everybody. Everybody gets 2 lightning. So 1, 2. And don't slide too hard now. That's helpful. 1, 2. 1, 2. Could build the other lightning weapons, maybe. Alright, plants. Can we do all 4s and 6s for plants? Oh, we almost did. We get 1 for blue. Anthem. That's nice. We can make our thing. 2 plants for everybody else, though. Which is wonderful news. Nelia. We'll do yellow next. Albalacia. Alright, I'll do crafting at the start of the video next time. Tormaray. 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 This dude's got a lot of plants. Might actually convert them into what's required for Hatrox. Another Tormaray and Melis. And the last roll, will we hit any 6s for the item? No, still no item. No tier 1 story leader. I made it the hardest thing to acquire because they do some cool stuff. So anyway, thanks for joining me. We're gonna skedaddle here. Zekalith, just as simple as Zekalith, right? They have cool mechanics. They're not super dangerous. We killed them in 5 rounds, right? Still, it's a cool fight. I like it. We'll have to see how the 2 and 3 fare later on. Until then, though, I hope you all have a good one. Take care and best of luck in your own Primal battles as well.